Nigeria has done it again. The theater of the absurd has opened a fresh season, and this week's lead actor, none other than Professor Ishaq Oloyede, the Registrar of JAMB, who did what most Nigerian officials reserve strictly for funerals and party primaries. He cried. Yes, tears, real ones, over errors in the 2025 UTME results affecting over 370,000 students. Let that marinate. The same exam body that once held itself as the paragon of digital reforms, the gold standard of standardized testing in Nigeria, we have zero tolerance for exam malpractice game began, is now offering apologies with small sprinklings and garnishings of tears for systemic incompetence on a national level. Sir, with all due respect, we don't want your tears. We want transcripts. We want truth. We want technicians who know what they are doing. But as usual, not in Nigeria. Here we automate failure, we digitalize disgrace, we broadcast disgrace, and we synchronize stupidity. The sacred process of determining young people's lives and futures, the one that decides who becomes a doctor, a lawyer, a teacher, is now subject to errors. Sorry, not just errors, might I add, but massive future-altering, emotionally devastating errors, trauma-inducing errors. Students saw scores so low they began to question their reality. Even the nation began to question its future, only for JAMB to admit, oh, sorry, our bad. Your real score is actually 300, not 120. Small glitch. A glitch. So, the same kind of glitch that swallows budget allocations, if you ask me. The same that misplaces INEC results or makes sure that the BVAS doesn't work on a very important day and causes power grid to collapse as well. That's the same glitch, because that's what this is really about. A microcosm of Nigeria's elite dysfunction. The very institutions built to serve the people are now indistinguishable from the masses they were designed to clean up. The very mess they were designed to correct. So let's be clear. This is not about a single error. It's about the systemic decay in our governance, in our institutions, and in our standards. This is education, the supposed bedrock of any serious society. And what do we do with that bedrock? I'll answer. We pour confusion over it. We cover it with incompetence, and then we come on national television crying like it's a Nollywood audition. I don't know if they told that man that AMVC had passed. So, cry me a river, sir. But please don't flood the dreams of our 370,000 Nigerian children while you're at it. And what's worse, this happened under the so-called era of reform. If this is what reforms looks like, then I have to say one can only imagine what a full-blown regression feels like. But let me tell you what isn't funny. It's a brilliant child or a brilliant student all the way in the north whose parents have to scrape 215 naira and 1,000 naira and most likely sold some items from their homes to buy a JAMB form. It's a girl from Enugu who studied in the dim of the night only to be told she scored 120. Then 3 weeks later, they told her it's 280. The sheer psychological trauma, the loss of opportunity, the erosion of trust in the system, all dismissed with "I'm sorry" and a few emotional droplets. I pray, may Nigeria not happen to you. Because this is not accountability. This is a PR stunt wrapped in tragedy. Because in a functional society, heads would roll, investigations would be swift, a system this flawed would be temporarily shut down and rebuilt, not patched with excuses and institutional crocodile tears. So, dear JAMB, first of all, let me commend and thank you for the confessions or your tears. But no thanks. We want competence, not crying. We want structure, not sympathy. And we want reforms, and not that sham that you gave us, or rehearsal. And until that becomes a standard, until our leaders cry out, and not just cry, but cry not just for their failures, but for over their resignations, we will continue to raise generations of students whose greatest lesson is this. In Nigeria, effort doesn't guarantee success. But government error, that's always on the curriculum. Anyway, good morning. And may your score never depend on a server in Abuja. Ishe. On that note, welcome to Breakfast Extra as always. And I am not alone. For the very first time on this show, you get to have 2 female hosts. Isn't that sublime? Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together as I welcome the one, the only, Dashin. There she is.
Good morning, Judith. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It feels good to be here. It feels good to be doing this, with Judith. And just as she has actually said, we're going to bring the feminine fire on the show.
All right, let's get started. I'm excited. Good morning. Welcome on to Breakfast Extra.
Yes, indeed. So good morning and welcome to your weekend edition of Breakfast Extra.
Roll the FX. Let's get started, ladies and gentlemen.